husband go out and work.
Right.
Like, because who likes to work? I would have want. I kind of want to find the person, the woman, or whoever me try to find the woman work. Like, yo, why did we fight for this? Did we fight to work?
I want to agree to disagree.
Okay.
I believe that yes, there was some kind of equality, because when God divided whatever work he had divided, he divided it equally. He said the man is supposed to do this and the woman is supposed to do that, and they're supposed to equally be there for each other. So in my opinion, or my view, I believe equality was from the beginning.
So you said a helpmate. That not mean assistant? Because, you know, like an administrative assistant, the administrative assistant really does a lot of the hard work, while the admin just sits there and designates work. That don't know how that may work for you. I think, you know, you sure?
It work like that now.
It work like that?
Because the supervisor make more than the worker.
It's very true. It's very true.
You know, but you see, okay, so if Adam was out laboring, literally, he was doing the sweat and the labor.
Right.
Eve wasn't sweating and laboring like such.
I know you do housework.
I agree with what Ashanti is saying, and but
however,
I don't think that. I don't know. I don't know what my man want to just know, but
you never
maybe I'm not supposed to say it.
You know, I watched a video, right? It shows that the husband say he don't want the wife, he don't want to give the wife money because all the wife do that stay home all day and he have to go work. So the wife says, so let's switch roles. And then she got out and make the money, and he stayed at home and he had to cook, he had to clean, he had to take care of the kids. By the time he don't take care of the kids, drop them at school, he have to go make dinner. By the time that finish, he have to go back for them and dirty back the whole house. Supper, bathe them, put them in bed. By the time they reach their bed, they have to clean up again. He may willing to go back to work. So the work shared differently. Because as much as you go, they go sweat. When I had to wash, I had to sweat.
Yeah, well, I understand the equal share of the work, because if you notice in Proverbs 31 how we gone through Proverbs 31 the last time, right? And it shows you how the woman is supposed to sit is supposed to go and make they say my mic is not working.
I saw that.
So yeah, so I guess. Okay, so the woman is what was I going to say? I got distracted by the
Mina no.
Okay, so woman is supposed to go out and they find the food that would be cooked, and then they find the linen. They go find linen in order for her to sew, and so she's up from early morning, gathering the water for the day, for everybody to bathe and all of that. And so she does labor, but he just end up to be the one to bring home the money. So I understand the part where it says the equal share of the sweat and the labor is the same, right? But the part where I was talking about is, I don't know why they fight to be have to go work, because then at this point I would have been at home doing my fair share of the laboring, and my husband out there laboring hard.
But you know, when you're done labor out there, you still have to come home and labor as well.
I mean, this is what I'm saying.
So there's no equality there.
The work is still, because for example, the kids are both of ours. The house, the two with dirty.
Well, go ahead.
But I just know that majority of it will be for me.
So then, what I'm hearing here, the fish out, while we still wait for the mic get fixed, because Junior does the, rip way up here in the comments to the mic. Thank you though. What I'm hearing here then is that gender-specific roles, whenever that was, the barrier was drawn, the line was drawn, this the way a man for do, this the way a woman for do.
That's a boy's job or a girl's
That's
job.
when equality just get that's through the window,
Yep.
innit? You sure about that? Because then if you look back on Adam and Eve, man's made just saw cow, sheep, dog, cat, apple tree, orange tree. Eve made us the home to make sure this man gonna have plate of food when he come home. So
Still had time for one now.
well, we're not there for flag Eve for a dung falls. Because then we start something we don't really want to stop right now. But gender roles was, I guess, where the whole thing separated. So where do you think that if you could pinpoint, because I know you say one find the woman we're going to fight for equal rights. Where do you think the breakdown happened?
I believe the breakdown happened when people start stray away from God's law. Because
Okay.
God did say that the man should be the head of the home,
Right.
and the woman should be there, and then the woman look after the children. But some of them decided that they're a man too, and if the man could do it, I could do it too. And
Happy Father's Day to them.
Happy Father's Day to me. So that's where it went wrong when we stopped following God's words, because
And that's where the feminism movement started. I don't say anything is wrong with that,
it wrong. I never tell nobody I want block no blocks. I never tell nobody I want build no house.
No. The feminism, that's not what the feminism.
Yes, they want to be equal to man.
Yes, but it's not that. It's them living in their masculinity, but in their feminine era.
Nonsense.
So then, in other words, you seeing my strength and pay me for my strength the same way you look at a man and see that man for his strength and pay him for his strength. And that's what that movement is all about. It's not about okay, you lift black, so I lift black. Somebody when walking on their femininity is not lifting a black. They're allowing the man to lift the black but still get paid for it.
Somebody lift the black.
Somebody lift the black because that's what they want to. Carrying out the garbage, that's a boy job. If you have to do it,
right,
you have
Jalen?
to do it.
You know what? And this is the why when we were talking about are you a real man or a real woman,
Right.
when we identified the things meritable to the two genders,
Right.
it's very dangerous if you draw too rigid of a line and be like, no worries, son. If you carry out the garbage, make sure the vehicle clean, go work. Not get into the kitchen and touch my dish because that woman's supposed to make sure the dish is clean and make sure food up on the table. It's very dangerous to do that because then now you raise the misogynistic society that believes, oh, that's a woman's work to do and that's beneath me because I am above the woman. They're supposed to help me. Help me. You're supposed to do it.
And they have been raised, and listen, they have been raised just like that right now. Because I had this conversation a couple weeks ago in a classroom, in a standard 6 classroom.
Of course.
And let me tell you, those kids fight me because I asked them, I said, so how many of you know if they can own food? The guy said, that's a girl job. I said, oh, it's a girl's job. I said, so when you're not hungry, that's a girl's job too. So when I eat, well, I also wait for okay, then starve. Because I know when I'm hungry, what I do, I get up and go into my kitchen and I have something to eat. So now what you are doing? Wait for me?
Yes.
I don't raise them kind of picnic there though.
You say that's you, but then this new generation
my son
parents that's how they're raising their son. However, we have to stop right here and take a break because we need to take a break, right, yes, son? Right? So we'll be right back after this short break.
Hi, I'm Pastor Emiliano Viamel.
And I'm Elder Shane Neal.
And
we're the hosts of Hour of Power. We are ready to pray for you and with you.
Prayer is the key that unlocks heaven's door. In Philippians 4, 6, and 7, God cautions us not to be anxious about anything.
Instead, in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus.
Join us every Thursday night at 6 p.m. on our Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as Channel 98 on Central Cable TV, to experience this peace that passeth all understanding. You can join our global prayer family by praying that God continues to lead and bless this ministry.
By becoming a faithful viewer and inviting your friends and family to like and share our programs.
With your kind donations as well as your generous financial contributions.
Contact us at 501-613-9351.
Or send us an email at atn@cbn.belizeunion.org.
We are located at 10 3/4 miles Northern Highway at the Tubal Trade and Vocational Institute. Thank you for being a part of the ATN ministry.
And we pray God's richest blessings upon you and your family.
All my life, I've been dealing with projects. I do a lot of research. Basically try to understand how different materials affect fires. It involves a lot of formulas and gathering data. I met this girl once in grad school, and we got to talk about all kinds of things and also about God. It was great. I could share with her what I believed in. And then I got busy with my own research and realized I may have treated her like a project. Like, I kind of expected her to change herself. But people are so much more than projects. There's some kind of human connection to it. I think we're supposed to share our lives with those around us, but sometimes just being with them, being their friend, that's the best way to find true connection. And that's what witnessing is to me, relationships and friendships.
Hi, I'm Pastor Emiliano Viamel.
And I'm
We're back from the break, and we're back on the topic of equality. Before the break, Ashanti made us know that her son could cook, but I would just like to make it known that I could cook and I could bake. Matter of fact, I could mind myself.
My son could cook, could bake, could wash, could clean,
Same.
and love keeping to himself. So. He's
You shared an
17.
air son? Because the son
He's
like me.
17.
Okay.
You want to think he's 17 too?
No,
When about 40?
I 21.
5.
It's crazy.
13.
So equality, we established before the break that the whole root to all the chaos was the feminism movement. Aislinn, would you like to tell us what you told us in the break about the feminism movement?
It became prominent in the COVID, during the COVID time. That's the part we wanted.
Yes,
Part
that
about?
very part.
When women just start to,
I could do it for myself.
yeah, then they home, they never had nothing to do, then get bored. So guess what? Make I just restructure this house.
Yeah.
And then everybody, you just start to see a whole bunch of women just start to restructuring. Miss, you have a man over there?
Boxing.
Maximum? No. It's not a matter I don't need a man. Because at the end of the day, you will come to a realization that you do need the man to do something. You might not need the man, but you want the man to do something. I mean, so we're here, and there's 5 gallon need to be carried over to the other side. You think I would get up and carry those 5 gallon?
As a woke woman of the feminism movement.
It's not even that, because I can carry the 5 gallon, but why would I carry the 5 gallon when it might strain my womb? I don't have any child, but it might strain my womb. So then why carry it? I'll be like, yo, Jalen, please move that 5 gallon for me. It's not a matter of fighting to see who can carry the 5 gallon. I can carry it one at a time, but why fight to do it when there is a man sitting there? That's my entire thing. No, I am not bashing the women that are for fully fledged. That I am not bashing them, because that's their choice, that's their their want. But that's just not my preference. My preference is if there's a guy there to do it, then I'll accept the help from the guy.
Princess treatment.
I mean, it's only right.
So it's selective in what we want to be equal with.
The only thing I want to be equal with is if I have a bachelor's degree and you have a bachelor's degree and we do the same job, then pay me the same thing because we're doing the same work. That's the only thing I want an equal share in. Give me my equal fair share of it. If I have the opportunity to be the CEO and you have the I am so sorry. And he has the opportunity to be the CEO, but I have more years over him, then you give me what is rightfully mine because I am senior over him. Don't give him it because he is a male.
You know, on that same point, I think a way how equality is blanketed, or inequality is blanketed, is put jobs that are typically for men, like the engineering, the construction industry.
Right.
Engineers were typically men. You know, when you say a construction team, a fleet of men walk in and they have on the hard hats and the thing and everything and they're ready. Recently, that's starting to change and we see more female engineers. But other places like what? The Prime Minister's seat, the President of countries, those seats are traditionally held for men. And it's rare and you have to fight day and night to get a woman in those seats. And I think that's where the equality is not, you know, present, because you said if we have the same qualifications, why should me being a woman stop me from being the president of America?
Well, you see, I'm not talking about the presidency because first of all, in America, not in America, You have to have that background in the army life and whatever, stuff like that, to help you.
I don't know that not
And the royal family as well. Well, maybe not them, but the royal family. You notice all of them either spend some time in the army force. I don't want to go in the army force like that. It's not that deep. It's not that deep.
Well,
The presidency seat, it's if a man. Listen, one thing I do, I give a man the credit where it's due.
Okay.
So if the seat of the presidency is in history shown that it's been men, then you leave that as is. Because you know it work. One thing I will do is to give them right. I let the mat where it's matting. I will not go and add a one there to make it mat for me.
Some people don't think like that though, because
And that's where the difference comes. That's where I draw the line as what society is doing and what what everybody wants.
when homeboy Joe reached the end of his term, everybody want Kamala run. So anyway, we had two comments here. One from Sophia Tosta that says equality was mainly for there not be discrimination against women and that women would have an opportunity to have a voice and to be a part of decision making in society as opposed to past years. However, the roles of a man being the provider has not changed. Interesting. And like you all shared with doing chores around the house should be equally shared, especially if they are both working parents in the home. That's fair.
And Jer have a long Junior
has a
jeez.
It's a very detailed, choose my words very carefully, very detailed comment here, and it says, while it is good for a man to know how to do these things, cooking, cleaning, washing, etc., around the home, we need to understand that that was not the way God set up the home and intended for it to go. To still believe in the original dynamic of the home should not be considered misogynistic. That is very true. God gave women a specific role, one that would significantly affect the way the home operates. They provide peace, love, happiness, harmony. They make the home a home. This changed when women decided or had to go to work. Some of it is no fault of theirs. At times, men fail to be breadwinners. And the woman had to take up the role. Other times, they believed they could do better. Anything you could do, I could do better, they say. And went for it. Then when they started working, the dynamics of the home also changed. They believed because they work, you should help around the home. But this was never the plan.
I agree fully with what Junior said. And you find in this generation now more and more that men are staying home. Like, why is that? Why are you staying home when you should be out there working? And then why am I the one out here working and then you do half of what I may do if I stay home? Because you not stay home and help, you stay home and sit down. Or stay home and hang out.
The way how I know
or
some
stay
people,
home and
they grab stones with you to throw right now.
or stay home and stay down on the street side.
Not the street side.
They're not even going into the yard and say, okay, make a chop the yard. Make a clean the yard, good.
All right.
Make a plant some fruits and vegetables.
The way how she going in on the men there, I don't know.
No, because it's the truth. It's we fight the women when they want to equal rights, build the blocks, build the house, but then we don't fight the man when they sit down and do nothing.
Well, let's say then there's a very fine line between a trophy husband, which I feel like I could qualify for.
That's not even cute.
Listen to what I say. A trophy husband who stays home, make sure the house in order and food up on the table because I am a gourmet chef. And a bum. Because a bum will always be a bum. You find the bums, they play a game out there. Wow. They go hang out with their friend. They hang out on the street corner. They don't do nothing home and then they just come home and be like, So you know, I mean nothing like. So you know, I mean nothing like.
Okay.
Junior says because we have women who allow it, not trying to step on anyone's toe, but anyone who is okay with being provided for, is not a real man. Madam Speaker, point of order, because calling someone not a real man is that's stiff, man. Say harshly put.
I agree.
He's a little boy.
And this is
He's a boy.
A grown child.
A grown child. Right, there you go.
And
Right.
And this is why I said, not in a misogynistic way, that the role switch should be taught young. So that I know how to contribute home. Because now if I'm from a household that my mama take care of everything, she never one day said, come I can show you how to cook rice. Come I can show you how to cook beans, clean a chicken, none of that. Then my wife will look for me now and be like, well, since you stay home, that means I can't find food, right? I could order chumsan, but if you want a home cooked meal, go to somebody else's house. You see? So this is why I feel like the role should be taught from young, so that you know how to fit in a home when you get older, say the dynamic switch.
I understand if the man lose their job,
Right.
and they're looking for another job, that's fine. And they're trying their best to maneuver themselves around the house by helping out. But when you become too complacent in that position, after a while of not going to work, then that's when the trouble comes in. Because then after that, your wife start to look at you as one of the children instead of the man at the home. Because now I am taking care of you, just like I am taking care of my children.
That's crazy.
And then that's where when you see relationships break up and they're broken, then you're trying to figure out what's wrong. Well, I have 4 children and not a husband and 3 children.
Wow, that's crazy. You know what funny to me, Sophia said that man need to
That's
go.
right. Okay, we have some.
We have
comments coming in.
Active.
Go ahead, read.
Shane says, great point, very true, and even the lies and the dogma that has been widespread that women as housewives in the past had been oppressed. This is why in ancient times the dowry for women had been set in place for them to be given in marriage, not as a way to sell women, but a dowry system was set in place for the protection of our women. If something ever went wrong, she had a financial cushion to fall on through her dowry. God was always right. Only today in our side of the world have we walked away from this form of protection for women.
Right.
Today, still in the Eastern world, are these traditions still carried on to protect their women?
Before we continue to the next comment, you know that in Hawaii, or the Tonga community, Polynesian group, you know that you have to give a cow, and to every cow means that the women are work more. So you'll find that women,
some that 1 cow value, and some
right?
that 15 cow.
Right?
That's crazy.
So the more cows you have, the more you are looked up, like your standards are very high.
Okay, so your social status
your
was
social
based
status
on your
is
lifestyle.
It goes up, and women respects you amongst themselves. They respect you more because if I have 1 cow, if you know that the man
is giving broke,
broke vibe. But if you could give 15 cow to that father for her child, it shows status.
You know,
and that still happen.
I could probably give him a beef burger. That's a portion of a cow. But we're not there to talk about me, and I don't live in that part of the world.
Anyways, Ellen said something.
Ellen says, I think for those of us who have boys, we need to make sure that we raise them with the values that they need to provide, but at the same time be able to take care of the home before they get a partner.
Right.
It's very true, Ellen.
Right.
They need to be groomed to know how to take care of the home activities, especially when their spouse gets sick or will be having a child or is with child. That is true because when they get later into the pregnancy,
I agree.
they talk about grown child, but they get a grown child too because
why your wife sick and you don't know how to make soup? You only know how to make a noodle.
You know, it could never be me. It could never be me.
Right, and so this is the thing. It's never a girl's job or a boy's job to learn how to make a meal.
Right.
To make a meal is for you to be able to have it as a clutch, so that when your wife said, "Babe, I cannot do it," then guess what? That guy will be able to fall and say, "You know what? I remember mom taught me how to make rice. Or I remember mom taught me how to make soup. Make what you know how to make."
For me, it's a
Miss Ashanti, you're very quiet.
it's a form of caring.
Right.
It shouldn't be
right.
womanly duty. It's caring. It's
Right.
showing care.
Right.
You see this thing came when they start blue and pink.
Blue for
for
girl.
boy, pink for girls. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to sit down here. You're supposed to go run about. And then when the boys want to go and run or the girl want to go and run, so from kids are small, we start teaching them things we separate the roles. And then when they start growing with that same mentality. But it's different in my house. Because like Ellen said, I do agree. My sons, they wash, they cook, they clean. Because I always said, what if I am not around? What if something happens? What if you have a wife? Because now he's 17, the oldest one. He's 17, he's going to have a girlfriend. What if your wife gets sick? What if she has a child? What if?
Right.
So I always talk to them and tell them the what if. And then we say this is that and that is that. But when your wife is working, you are working. What is the equality if when you come home, you sit down and then I have to go in the kitchen?
Right.
When if we're being equal and we're being fair, we go to the kitchen together.
Right.
And then when we sit down together. So equality comes when we put that border, when we set that line to what equality is going to be for us.
Right.
So I have a question for you then, Ashanti. Because I know of the situation and I know other people can relate to. Do you lock up your daughters and lock and keep your son free to do anything?
No. It one ain't lock.
Okay.
Because just like how she can't have a boyfriend because she's young, you can't have a girlfriend because you don't have a job. So the reason you're locked up might be different, but one has to stay locked up because...
Okay, because for some people, the girl have to stay home till somebody come take out of the house with a ring and the boy free for anything he wants for the time he has to start growing his chest.
I tell my son, if you can't mind her, please don't bring her here.
Oh.
Because you have to wash, you have to cook, you have to clean, you have to do everything like this at your house because then I stop work because then you don't need her because you have a girlfriend.
You know, if I can think somebody say two women can't live in a house.
There we go. So you just become another child. Basically, stay in your house and wait. But you know, going back to what Ashanti was talking about earlier, it reminds me of playing as a child. When I was a child, I got dolls. I got a doll house. And I get to fix my doll house how I wanted it. I get to move my furniture around in my doll house the way I want. I get to sleep in whichever bed in the doll house I wanted. I get to cradle the baby. I get to feed the baby. And then guess what? The boys were over there making mischief. And then if they touch the dolly, you never touch that.
That for girls.
That's for girls. So then what? Then we grow up with men that don't want to hold a baby because why? It will drop. It's fragile. It could broke.
I remember when I made to teach my son for wash. And my sister came by and she said, you know what you do? Yeah, met that boy, like boy and that. And she gone off and off and off and off. And you're not supposed to make it iron. I said, what? Then when I got to her house, her son the iron.
Wow.
So I say it's the mentality that we used to have that we have to grow out of, that this job is for this and that job is for that.
Right.
Because I watch shows now where I see families buying dollhouse and kitchen set for their sons because you're teaching them that kitchen is not only for the girls.
Right.
Kitchen is for the boys too.
My little cousin, he's like 2 years old and he has a kitchen set. And his ma look and say, so what we cooking today? And then he look at them and said, "You're paying? I'm making tacos. You paying?
No,
How much you
He
paying?"
could really did next quarter Ramsey.
I mean,
And
he's in,
money.
and he goes in his kitchen and he makes whatever is it that he have in there that that he's allowed to. Well, they only put things there that he is allowed to manipulate with and stuff like that. But I don't see nothing wrong with that. I believe that everybody should learn some skill at some point in time. When my sister-in-law was pregnant, who you think had to when she couldn't do much? Who you think took up the role? Imagine my man never teach David how to manipulate the house.
So then your mom will have to move in with David and Denise and then care for Denise.
Right. And that that doesn't make any sense.
Crazy.
Your mom have to move in at the house to help you because you never teach. Well, that's why you never teach us, so you have to move
She
in.
have to come fix it
And
now.
then if we look at it now, the same things we don't want to teach our son is the same thing we rail up with our husbands about. Like
Man, Judy.
Madam Speaker!
like I live with your son, I literally not do nothing. And then you have your son and he literally not the land nothing. So we're just creating a cycle unless we try to break the cycle. So
Wow.
Don't tell me how to raise my son because I'm living with yours.
good.
Man. I love that the comments.
Yo,
fire.
right. Go ahead.
Shannon says, and we can go so far as to say that one of the reasons we are facing a crisis with our men is because they aren't being taught to be men.
Right.
To be protectors, providers, prophets, and priests of their home. We should teach our boys to shoulder responsibility, not to deny them and follow their emotions. Sophia, with the savage comment, says Cinderella days done long time.
I agree, Soph.
Both should help around the house, especially if both are working. And Ellen just she love this. Ellen also says we can also advocate that in our schools we encourage both genders to enroll in vocational studies. And for those schools that do not have those courses, they should consider implementing these as a part of life skills. It is what I said, it isn't a role, a gender-specific role. It is a skill that is an asset
So
to have.
Jalen, so if you're a pants tear,
I
you wait for
definitely
your
could sew
wife
it.
sew it?
I definitely could sew it.
I mean, so is that a girl job or a boy job?
It's a skill that I have. It's a flex that not everyone can relate to.
Imagine that you're a pants tear and your wife not worry because enough is she pants tear.
Well, you see, in a situation like that, right?
That's funny.
I don't remember which episode it's like last year I said, if you can't do certain things, you look at me. I tell me have to do it when you help me do it. I don't know how long it take to pack your bags, but you could go back to your parents' house. Please. No.
I mean, and this is why I say that back in the days, I guess I may have lived better back then. Because the whole concept of back then, I would do.
Okay.
Because I don't fight for work hard, but I will fight for us to do it together. It's not about you, it's not about me. When we're together, it's about us. Two are we need to eat, two are we just come home from work. So guess what? Two are we will do it together. You could be cutting the onions while I fry the chicken. You could clear up behind me so that by the time we don't eat, the only thing we have left to wash is my plate and your plate, or my cup and your cup. It's us. And it's hard. Maybe that's why I'm still single.
Wow. Well, You know, I feel like every week you analyze your singleness. So, I don't know.
No, I mean, it's real.
Okay.
It's real, because why? Me at my age, and
The way how you almost said the age of that.
me at my age,
That's
and been
13.
been single.
Close up to 5, huh? Go ahead.
I will jump right over this table. Anyways, so just kidding, guys. So me at my age, being single for a very long time, and I am supposed to take the nonsense, the rubbish. No man. And so I this is, and then people are be like, why you still single? And then they fight you for getting our relationship. For the man come sit down next to me and ask me, that way we were eat today. You going to work? You get paid?
Let me a car.
Let me a car.
Sir.
Say what? That me go sit down and work? No, you papa. Go find what job. I am not doing it. I am not doing it.
Sophia have an interesting comment here. She says if we look at creation, the Bible says the woman should be a help for men. I believe that as a woman, I should have some skills, cooking, sewing, etc. Imagine a man, they're out working, and come home to nails and hair and no food, because women don't know to do any of the above, or you as the woman come home to dirty house, especially when it's a hot day. You sit there and listen to the part of the table because
there's two extreme.
You sit there nails there, that me pay for it, and I can't get no food out of the hand where I pay for get manicured. We have a serious problem. Serious problem. But there's two extremes, yes. Two very harsh extremes.
Why then would you tell me I can't do my nails?
Me never say
Hold on, no. There's the other part. There's also the flip side to it. The guy paid to get it done, and then he don't get no food. But then I pay to get it done, and there's food. So then why would you still look at me and tell me about my nails and my pedicure?
If food up on the table, we not got no problems. That's all I like to say. Ellen says, with a squeeze in this comment, Ellen, the new generation advocates for the princess treatment. Yes, the women are pampered and spoilt, but after that season is finished, they are not groomed to be an able homemaker. Whoa. We will run the risk of the girls jumping from suitor to suitor because they are chasing a fake social media illusion.
They watch too much Risakwan.
That is it right there, Ellen.
They want the luxury.
They believe in fantasy.
Right.
And
the Lulu.
We not play Fantasy 5.
No.
We not follow the fantasies neither.
We not flex fantasy because that not feed me nor you.
Fantasies fade.
Oh.
Fantasies fade. My overall thing is, if God looks at me and you as his children, he never say, oh, this is my prince and it's not a peasant. My prince, my princess. So if God could see us equal and he see us fit to do certain things, it is our obligation to do that and meet equally.
Right. My overall view of it is, let's meet in the middle. And I never thought about go to the store, go on a date and I pay half of the bill and you pay half of the bill.
Well,
me never thought about that. I did thought about we're gonna love equally. You're gonna love equally. If I love you, I will do all I can to make you happy. And if you love me, you will do the same. And you will have consideration on me to know that I've worked the same 9 to 5, 8 to 5 like you. And so when we come home, we're both tired. So what we're doing, we're meeting halfway. We're meeting in the middle. We're going to do it together.
That's right.
My take is, let's be fair. Let's share the duties. Let's do what we have to do so we can keep the balance up.
Right.
Balance is the word there, because a scale can't balance if it ain't equal.
Hey! And if that it will time scale, one of them.
Yeah, give it up, Gar. With that, we thank you for joining us this week. We thank our viewers and our commenters. The conversation will not be the same without your input. So with that, we leave you until next week, same time, same place.
And there's another hot topic for next week.
Oh,
so
yes.
Y'all better be here. I promise you, be here. Thank you guys for joining us, and see you next time.
As a non-profit organization, the Adventist Television Network solely relies on your financial support. By partnering with us through a monthly donation, you will help us to continue to fulfill the mission in taking the gospel into all the world. For more information, please call 613-9351 or email us at atnfin@cbm.belizeunion.org. Thank you for your prayers and support of the ATN ministry, and together we may hasten the soon coming of our Lord Jesus Christ.